Fred, as I mentioned yesterday, everybody got to look at the protocols for testing and how life can be lived this season. What do you think of them, and how disruptive do you think it'll be to any kind of normal lifestyle?
Yeah, I mean, this is the new normal for us, Doug. Just got to roll with the punches. I'm not really a complainer, and I try to keep good perspective on things. So, for better or for worse, I think I'm just going to roll with it and see how it goes. And obviously, put the safety of everybody first, myself included, my family, and try to stay as safe and healthy as possible. But realizing that the world is kind of moving on, and we have to find a way to continue to live with it, and still follow all the guidelines as best as we can. So I think the NBA is definitely trying to cover all their bases and make sure that it's a safe environment for us. Um, I don't have great expectations about that. I think it's going to be tough to do, but this is what it is, and we got to try to do as best as we can.
Can you see players sort of policing each other during the season? And because you're sort of all in this together, and you got to make sure your teammates are being as safe as you are?
Yes and no. I think obviously if you're next to somebody, they're being a little reckless with it. But at the end of the day, this is becoming a polarizing topic, and people have their own beliefs and their own way of living. And the thing that's being pushed aside in all of this is the other health factors and mental health. So obviously, COVID is a giant and is very dangerous, but it's not stopping all the other problems of the world. And so people are dealing with things in real time, and I think we got to be understanding of that. So obviously, if I see guys being reckless or careless, I'm gonna say something. But aside from that, I think that's what the testing every day is for. I think that's what the all the monitoring and the evaluating is for, to try to catch it as soon as we can. But hopefully with the protocols that they have in place is gonna do the best job that it can.
Great. Thanks, Fred. Appreciate the time as always.
Thank you.
Thanks, Doug. We'll go to Michael Grange next.
Hey, Fred. Sort of an interesting topic there, I guess. Um, how much tension could you see potentially? I mean, you're a married guy, you got little ones and all of that, but is it going to be difficult to sort of see older, some guys maybe not following the protocol or just being young and looking at it and enjoy themselves? And what's kind of going to be a threshold to speak up, because obviously if the whole team is affected by things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't expect to see anybody not following the rules, especially with the group that we have. And if they do, it's gonna be in their own personal time. When guys go home, guys leave the gym. We see each other every day, but there's a lot of the day we're not together. So I can't see anybody being careless when we're all together. When we're around each other. But when guys go home, they go home and they're gonna make their own decisions. And you just hope that everybody's trying to follow suit, as best you can, and myself included. So nobody's above it or nothing like that. But at the same time, it's kind of each guy's responsibility and the staff's responsibility and the league's responsibility to try to figure this thing out the best we can.
Is it more from a competitive standpoint? Like if you guys, if not your team, but if a team is, routinely having guys test positive, routinely having guys miss time and rotations, injuries can screw up a team at the best of times. So is it more just like hey, look, if we stay healthy, we got a better chance of winning? Or is it, look, I don't want to bring what you have back to my wife and my kids or whatever it might be?
Yeah, it's just help for me. The professional aspect of it is its own thing. I'm not concerned about that, because we can't turn getting COVID into an indictment. We can't turn getting COVID as to you did something wrong. Nobody understands, the full dynamic of what's going on. Now, if you're going to pool parties at night and nobody's wearing masks, that's one thing. But if you have to go to the grocery store, you have family in town, or and you get it. That's just how it goes. So I don't want to turn getting COVID and contracting it into an indictment on guys. But at the same time, yeah, like you said, everybody has to be responsible in their own right, because the way it's passed and we're together a lot of the time. And so, like you said, I don't want to take that home to my children and my family or nothing like that.
Fred, thank you very much. Have a great day.
Hey.
Next, we'll go to Josh Lowenberg.
Hey, Fred, thanks for doing this and thanks for your patience. What was today like? What was it like to be back out there from a conditioning standpoint? I guess primarily, I know in the bubble, Nick really let you guys sort of ease in the first few days, which made sense after the long hiatus. But did this feel a little bit more like the first day of a training camp?
Yeah, it felt a lot more normal in the sense of, you know, the scheduling and things that we were doing, and obviously, you know, we had a lot of younger guys in, so practice might look different sometimes without the old guys and having to cater to their needs. So I think it'll be different, and I think we got a lot in.
Come on, man, we gotta go, man. We gotta go, y'all. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up, y'all. We
Last
gotta go.
questions, final
Let's
questions.
go. Final question, y'all. Let's get it.
So I think practice will look different, and I think that today was different for me, especially because this is the first off season I haven't played 5-on-5. So I'm usually, you know, I don't do a ton of working out in my training. I like to play and work on my game, you know, that way, playing 5-on-5, getting up and down. So this is the first year I wasn't able to do that, you know, because of COVID. So this is my first, you know, like 5-on-5 reps, going up and down and playing with a live defender in front of me.
You alluded to it a bit there. That there was obviously a level of familiarity among the top 7 or 8 guys coming into camp last year, being back, most of the roster back from the championship team. Did you sort of sense that same level of, or a similar level of familiarity today, or with a few more new faces in camp, do you think it's going to take a bit more time to get everybody on the same page?
Yeah, it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time. It wasn't as smooth and pretty as it is sometimes with guys that you've been playing with for years. But we'll get there. Nothing's changed from our approach and our dynamic and the way that we develop and the way that we attack each day and the way that we approach practice. So just new faces, and we gotta get guys up to speed, and that's what training camp is for. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a different challenge, maybe a bigger challenge in the sense of, you know, trying to take guys from other situations and get them up to speed on what we do. And usually those guys we're plugging in are young guys, but now you got a guy like Thane, you know, Alex Lynn, those guys that we're gonna need those guys. And some of the young guys, we might need some of the young guys. So we gotta get those guys probably, you know, ahead of the curve a little faster. But there'll be bumps, and we just gotta be okay with that.
Thanks, Freddie.